I was talking to a friend, and he said he wants to become an entrepreneur, he wants to become successful. And I asked him to tell me about his business. He said he sells products online. That's it. You buy products from China and sell them online. And I said, well, you will spend the rest of your life competing because you are selling commodities. To become successful, there is a strategy which I'm writing a book, I'm about to publish a book. It's called The Penguin Entrepreneur. And the Penguin Entrepreneur is a culture, it's a philosophy, it's a way of living, it's a way of thinking that says, forget about the competition, stop competing, start creating. Okay? If you write one book, you are a writer. If you write 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 books, you are a prolific writer. But these books, they will, when they come together, they are a culture. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the author of Sherlock Holmes, he created a culture which was adopted in Russia, in many countries around the world. The subject which you call the hero's journey is a culture, is a way of thinking that looks on life on a holistic level. We deal with the soul, with the body, with the social dimension, with the biological dimension. We do also deal with the financial dimension. So the hero's journey is a holistic approach to health, but is also a culture, and it takes time for a culture to cement itself on a person's psyche. So, my mother gives me sweets in Christmas, so Christmas associate sweetness with happiness. My friends, they drink Coca-Cola, they drinking beer, alcohol, associated alcohol with good time. There is a problem. They contain sugar. So the culture has to change. But you can't ask an individual to change his or her culture in 7 days, in a year. And this is the challenge that many people face. They are told, well, you have cancer. What my options now? Well, we're going to give you 3 options. One is going to surgery, which causes a disease called metastasis, is when the cancer cells, they remove into different organ because they find new veins to feed on. You have radiation and chemotherapy. Chemotherapy causes cachexia. Cachexia is a waste disease. So they all come with side effects. But he said, well, I've been living like this for the last 20 years, and now my body is disintegrating. Do I have time to implement a new culture? Yes, you have to be very aggressive. You have to leave your Monday to Friday job and spend 2 or 3 years at home detoxing, cleansing. Are you prepared to do that? No, I want a quick fix. But the quick fix is a symptoms treatment. We're going to deal with the symptoms, and then the cause, it's there. The cause is the culture. I've met people who had stomach cancer and were still smoking and drinking until one day they died. So when we talk about the hero's journey, about mythology, about biology, about detox, this book is an introduction to a new culture. And remember, when you are coming into a new culture that might challenge your own views, your own perceptions, some people become very resistant. Oh yes, the conditioning is very profound. So we are talking of the idea that you stop becoming a victim. You are not a victim, you are a hero who doesn't know what he or she needs to do. So we go on a journey. So the hero's journey as a strategy to prevent cancer, even manage naturally, you will introduce you to a new culture. But this culture has been around for thousands of years, and again, there are endless biographies that endless men and women who use this culture to enjoy long lives, whether it's diabetes or cancer or stress or mental illness. So remember, I'm going to introduce you to a new culture. So be aware that you might become resistant because somebody told you, because you are not a doctor, because if there was any such thing as, what are you talking about? It will be in the news, you will be in the BBC, why don't you go to television? But so there is conventional culture, there is also an organic culture. So be aware that we are introducing you to a new culture, that if you embrace this culture, you have another 40, 50 years of life. The human body was designed to live 120 years. You can Google this, 120 years. So it doesn't really matter where you are, still a long way to go if you start the hero's journey, which represents a new culture. Remember, it's not easy to change your style. It's not easy because the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you live your life, is the product of a culture that you acquired. It's very possible that when it comes to eating and living and healing your body, you're using the wrong culture, or you're not using any culture at all. So our goal is not to challenge conventional medicine. Our goal is not to attack doctors. Our goal is to introduce you to an alternative, a culture that contains, there are plenty of evidence, there is plenty of evidence that it works if it's applied correctly. Now, this culture can't be learned and practiced in 3 days. No, remember this. That's why we go on a hero's journey. Once you introduce this culture, it will become part of your life. I mean, the way I live my life is I eat 1 meal a day, I eat plants, and it's the best thing ever. It took me time. I didn't just go there. It took me 5 years to get into that level, but I will advise you to do it. Oh yes, it's the best thing. So let's continue to explore this subject, but be aware that you are discovering a new culture.